One of the main reasons many people struggle to understand debt is the traditional educational system, which fails to teach the language of money. Schools generally do not prepare students to understand financial management and the impact of debt on their economic lives. As a result, most people end up being employed and, in this context, do not have access to strategies for using debt to minimize their taxes. On the other hand, wealthy individuals, including large and small business owners, use debt strategically to reduce their profits and consequently pay less in taxes. They understand that there are different types of debt, good and bad. If you have bad debt, such as high-interest credit card debt, it is essential to eliminate it as quickly as possible to avoid excessive interest payments. Before proceeding, I'd like to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and leave a like. Your support is crucial for us to continue bringing you the best content. Now back to the topic. Credit card debt is considered bad, especially for those who have a habit of spending impulsively. Student loan debt can also be problematic unless you have a firm commitment to complete your education and secure a job that adequately covers the debt payments. But what defines good debt? In terms of cash flow, a debt is considered bad if it takes money out of your pocket and good if it puts money into it. Financial experts refer to good debt as that which helps increase your earnings. This implies that you should invest money to make more money. To get that initial investment, it is often necessary to use what I call other people's money, OPM. Imagine discovering the secrets of the world's top investors and entrepreneurs. If you own a house, understand that it is not an asset in the financial sense, but a liability. Even without debt payments, a house incurs ongoing expenses such as taxes, repairs, and maintenance, without generating direct financial returns. However, if you pay in cash for investment properties and receive positive cash flow, those properties become assets. The cash flow generated should exceed debt payments and other associated expenses, ensuring that you receive money rather than spending it. For vehicles like boats, which typically depreciate and lose value, the strategy is different. Boats that are rented out or used to generate revenue can offset the original debt and even generate a profit. As you accumulate more money, you can expand your portfolio to various real estate properties and live off the returns without relying on a fixed salary. The key is to manage debt intelligently, using it strategically, and monitoring your cash flow. Minimizing fees is also crucial, as fees are a constant outflow of money that reduces your investment capacity. Is it possible to avoid paying fees? I'm not suggesting tax evasion, which is illegal, but tax savings, which is legal, and involves reducing the amount of fees you owe. To understand this, it's essential to know the three main types of income: ordinary income, salary, portfolio income, business and investments, and passive income. Ordinary income is the most taxed due to the lack of tax benefits. Portfolio income is taxed at a higher rate, while passive income, which comes from investments, is minimally taxed due to various tax exemptions offered by the government. One of the largest tax exemptions available is the payment of interest on debt. Although most people understand debt in only one way, it is important to recognize this lesser-known perspective on debt. The traditional educational system does not teach about debt management, and as a result, people end up being employed and unable to use debt effectively to reduce taxes. However, wealthy individuals, whether large or small business owners, employ debt strategically to reduce their profits and therefore their taxes. They can pay up front and still use debt strategies to take advantage of tax exemptions. The question might arise, why trade the security of a job for the risk of starting a business? The answer is that the job market is declining with the advancement of automation and artificial intelligence, making many jobs obsolete. This is an ideal time to enter the business world and exercise your entrepreneurial mind. My own journey is an example of how not limiting yourself to outdated ways of thinking can lead to success. My secret is asking questions, and I encourage you to do the same. I suggest that we avoid the traditional path of studying, getting a job, working hard, paying off debt, and investing. While this route works for many who do not have an entrepreneurial mindset, it is not ideal for those who do. If you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you should ask questions and follow only what makes sense to you. We live in an era of rapid change, and questioning traditional ways of life can be essential, especially with the shrinking job market. Looking beyond borders and exploring global opportunities is vital. We are in a globalized world, where opportunities are not limited to our own country. With a cell phone and internet access, we can connect with people around the world and offer our skills from countries with lower living costs, while receiving salaries from countries that pay more. For example, if an American earns $50 per hour, you might offer the same work for $5 per hour. This means you can earn a higher salary than what would be possible in your home country, using this income to create multiple streams of passive income. Investing time and effort to establish yourself and acquire new skills is crucial. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, as for an entrepreneur, mistakes are essential learning opportunities for success. Just as a baby learns to walk by getting up and falling down, any business takes time to become profitable. Making mistakes and learning from them is the path to wealth. We have many inspiring examples. Jeff Bezos started Amazon without a clear plan, and Elon Musk's SpaceX faced 3 failures before succeeding on the 4th launch. These examples show us that making mistakes is inevitable and necessary for learning and growing. If you make a mistake and don't learn from it, you might fall behind. The key is to learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. Even before money, people exchanged value directly. For example, they traded rice for shoes. However, with the advent of money, the concept of perceived value became more evident. Money has value because it is recognized as such by people, and the perception of its value influences how much we are willing to pay for it. The difference between entrepreneurial thinking and employed thinking is clear. Employees seek money, while entrepreneurs seek to create value. To become rich quickly, we need to focus on how to create value rather than just seeking more money. Identifying problems and providing solutions is the key to creating value. Successful entrepreneurs have developed solutions to significant problems, creating substantial value and consequently, earning more money. There is no one-size-fits-all investment strategy. Our approach should evolve with economic changes and global contexts, such as the post-pandemic world. Understanding the global economy is essential for making sound financial decisions. Money has shifted from being gold-backed to fiat currency, and economic dynamics continue to change. After the pandemic, the global economy is in a recessionary phase, and investors are turning to safe assets like gold to protect their value. If demand for physical gold increases, its price might rise significantly. Therefore, it is prudent to focus on safe assets and minimize risks rather than investing in more risky assets. Debt is often described as a double-edged sword, a tool that can both enrich and ruin. Indeed, debt, when used strategically, can be a powerful engine for wealth creation and achieving dreams. Let's explore how the world's wealthiest individuals use debt to drive their fortunes and how it can be a driving force in their financial strategies. Throughout history, figures like John D. Rockefeller have exemplified the astute use of debt. In the 19th century, Rockefeller, who wasn't born into wealth, started with a modest investment of $1,000 borrowed from his father to start a commodity trading business. This initial loan was the foundation for building an empire. Over time, he diversified into the oil sector, leveraging technological innovations that significantly reduced production costs and increased efficiency. His ability to use debt to acquire competitors and consolidate his monopoly in the oil industry transformed Standard Oil into a powerhouse that refined 90% of the oil in the United States. Rockefeller became the richest man in American history, surpassing contemporaries like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk, demonstrating that well-managed debt can generate immense wealth. The wealthy often don't use just their salaries to acquire high-value assets. For instance, in 2021, Elon Musk revealed that his luxurious lifestyle is primarily financed by debt, not direct salaries. Musk uses his Tesla shares, valued in billions of dollars, as collateral to obtain loans, allowing him to avoid selling these shares and, consequently, minimize capital gains taxes. Through this method, Musk can maintain his wealth intact while financing his lifestyle, using credit to cover expenses while keeping his shares unencumbered. Moreover, the wealthy frequently invest in real estate, acquiring multiple properties that, in many cases, are not only used for personal residence. For example, Elon Musk spent $61 million on 5 properties in California in 2018. The typical real estate strategy involves financing most of the property costs with debt and using the net rental income to cover debt expenses. The depreciation of properties, a permitted tax deduction, reduces the tax impact on earnings, allowing investors to expand their portfolios without a proportional tax burden. When it comes to large investments, the wealthy use strategies such as leverage buyouts, LBOs, where the investment is secured by the assets of the acquired company. A notable example is Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter for $13 billion, an investment backed by the platform's own assets. This method allows Musk to keep his personal assets protected, minimizing his personal risk while potentially reaping significant benefits if the investment proves profitable. Mukesh Ambani, chairman of Reliance Industries, exemplifies the wealthy's willingness to use debt strategically to drive economic growth and leave a lasting legacy. In 2023, Ambani invested $5.5 billion to accelerate the rollout of 5G in India, despite his $82 billion fortune. This investment not only leveraged the country's potential economic growth but also ensured a future legacy for his children and the Indian economy. Lastly, Mark Zuckerberg secured a reduced property tax rate of 1.05% when purchasing a home in 2012, a significant discount compared to the average rate of 2.76%. The secret behind this favorable rate was the high value of his assets and the bank's confidence in his ability to repay. Zuckerberg used debt to avoid tying up his capital, investing in more profitable ventures and spreading property tax payments over 30 years, resulting in substantial savings due to inflation. These examples illustrate how debt, when used intelligently and strategically, can be a valuable resource for building wealth and achieving financial goals. If you found these strategies interesting and want to learn more about personal finance, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and leave a like to support our content. Thanks for watching.